Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich is Turkey. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So we have a referendum. Well, we'll almost in 39 days we'll be able to do the referendum, which is also 100 days. So we've like 140 days. One interesting thing about this is that I was just actually looking at because second victories happen, we now have to decide war goal. If we were to retake a core state, it would only take 60 days. It would be faster for us just to justify the war against Syria and invade them than it would be to actually legally ask for the referendum. So, and it also would be faster than us going through the entirety of this tree to get our way down to the revanchist goal. Because, I mean, Georgia, actually, it doesn't actually involve you invading Syria. It involves you invading Egypt. But genuinely, I think we might just... No, we're not going to do it through that. We'll do it through legitimate means, just because there might be some unique events or something like that that we can see. Okay, so we got improved artillery upgrade, which is nice. So it is 41 and now. Well, it's December 40. It's almost 1941. We could go construction here. You are 531 days way too expensive. So go construction 4 on you. I think after this we're going to primarily try to get more aircraft. Would be nice. We don't need any of these things. The rest of you are kind of meaningless. You would just actually click off. There we go. Fantastic. Sometimes HOI4 this takes a while to figure out what the hell's happening. How is you? I mean, we have 12,000 rifles, 110 artillery pieces, 374 trucks, a lot of support equipment. We do want more planes, but we will get those in time. Because right now, like, what actually is this unit that we're training up? It is... Yeah, they 20 combat with. We could throw in a support and artillery here. We would have enough for that. You know, yeah, let's save you with the artillery. While also getting we should have a lot of support equipment here. But recon company on you, I think you are our other major army. You're a 19 combat with. I mean, we could maybe I don't remember what the actual number is that's good. Is it 24? I'm assuming we don't have artillery for this now. It's a set negative 700. Remove this then. But we'll get cavalry divisions here. We don't have anti-air, so we'll save this. We should have enough support equipment to actually sustain all of that. And I'm wondering if we should maybe actually get more support companies. Because again, we have 1,500 support equipment. We should get support companies. That just, I think, makes sense. Okay, so that's our 15% factory output, which is incredible. Kind of political power for some elections. Again, we don't really need that anymore. Yeah, we're gonna keep going our way down to the revanchist goal. I want to see who we can invade. Okay, Eastern Seas War, Japan and Germany at war. That's completely okay. Again, it doesn't really affect us too much. Turn off all of you, because even if we were to join the Reichspakt, chance of us actually sending any units to go deal with Japan is slim to none. Like, it's not gonna happen. So I'm not too concerned. Did I turn on fog of war again by accident? My bad. I mean, Greece and Bulgaria are still at war. And the revanchist, it does allow us to attack the Bulgarians. I'm obviously not too sure what exactly we would be invading for, because I don't think we have any more claims in the area. But I mean, having Bulgaria be in our faction could be nice. As their own little puppet state. Okay, so the Qing have just won both of the... just won a war against the left KMT. Which means you are now part of the Qing government. It kind of screws up the borders here a little bit because the Qing won't actually have any units over here. But I think the Qing have a very, very solid chance of actually unifying China. Which doesn't really happen too much. The Qing are not that powerful. Also, Italian Republic, you actually won your war against the two Sicilies. Good for you. And you even annexed Sardinia. We'll see what they end up doing. They might still join the Reichspakt. There's a chance I think they might stay neutral. I don't really know. I mean, they're friendly with Germany. They're friendly with the Austrians. Will you join them? By Republic? No, this is yeah, Republic's a bias. Stable democracy. Your destiny claims. Honestly, I don't know. It's probably a decision that they have. I mean, if I was Italy at this point, it would make no sense for me to actually join the war against the Internationale. I mean, I would open up another front for France, but that's really about it. I will say that the Internationale is doing very, very well at the moment. I mean, they're already pushed their way up to the Rhine River. Belarus is doing fine, I think, at the moment. Galicia is doing okay. Baltic states still existing. Are you not? You are in the war, okay. And you have lost a little bit of territory to Russia, but really nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy there. And now, I mean, the Norwegian-Swedish front, you've actually split Sweden in half. Congratulations, Norway. I don't know really what this is going to do for the AI. It might screw them over a little bit, but it's hard to say because it's an AI versus AI fight. No matter what, the AI is going to be screwed up in some regard. Georgia and Azerbaijan, you're both in the Reichspakt. We can support a few more units. If we can get our way up to war economy, we can deploy more units, hopefully. Probably not enough to deploy the 16 or something we have in training right now, but I mean, still a nice amount. Yeah. Turn off you. Let us ask for the referendum. Syria, will you say yes, or will we have to go to war? I'm hoping it's war, to be honest. But we'll see kind of like what they want to do. Because you're still at war with the Entente. And I don't know if there's a peace event between Egypt and the Entente. I'm leaning towards no. Because I don't think Assyria has a peace with the Ottomans. If the Ottomans are at war with the Entente over Assyria, then there's a peace between the two. But that probably doesn't exist for Iraq and the Cairo Pact. Also, Chicago fell. You know what, CSA? I thought there was a good chance, even though they've taken Toronto and all of Southern Ontario, you know, a decent chunk of Canada's population. Hey, Italy did join the Reichspakt. I do think then, I mean, the PSA is going to win. The Entente's going to be very powerful off of this. And they'll probably send units to deal with the British. Britain did land in Denmark. This is a great place for the AI to land. Germany is bad at kind of dealing with this situation most of the time. Land doctrine. No, 4 military factories. Come on, you got to go 4 military factories first. It's just very, very nice. I would like some more aircraft. Let's go for the 1940 close air support. I mean, if Denmark falls, it's going to give another border to Sweden. If Sweden were to fall, Norway would probably send their troops to mostly focus on the Finns and then kind of split them up between themselves and the Russians. But again, the thing is that we want Germany to do well. If we want to join the Reichspakt eventually, Kunming has fallen. Kunming is this city that Qing actually could not defend. Pensi Federation, you'll probably end up joining, I think, with the Japanese. Actually, you could join the Reichspakt if you end up winning. We don't really see the Pensi Federation do super, super well. And they can't align here. They could align... I mean, they could be isolationists as well. Well, that's kind of boring. They could go Japanese or they could go German. Or, I mean, actually, if Japan was at war with Dominion of India, that would actually cause them to join the war, to join Japan a little bit faster. I didn't actually know that was an option there. Yeah, but now that Italy is in this war, Switzerland and France are going to be having just a larger front line that they have to kind of deal with. Like, we can see the Italians have pushed in a little bit, but nothing too crazy there. And Germany, they're almost ready to lose Hamburg. They've already lost control of the Kiel Canal. Britain is doing very well. It's scary. I don't like the situation that they are currently finding themselves in. Let me just put it that way. We got a referendum in 74 days. There's about 2.5 months. And again, I'm hoping it leads to war. Just I think that could be a little bit more fun. Okay, Middle Africa's actually invaded Albania. Whenever you get like Middle Africa, Germany's Asia, there's like wild cards. They just kind of do whatever they want to do. They navally invade whoever they want to navally invade. Like they could be anywhere. You could be Iceland getting invaded by Middle Africa. You can probably be like socialist Venezuela and still get invaded by like Germany's Asia. It's wild. Okay, so Siam has managed to sweep up Germany's Asia out of Vietnam. They'll probably kick them out of Malaysia soon as well. Just since you are... Yeah, you're in the closest Beirut sphere. Which means... I don't think Germany's Asia is going to live too long. Which should cause... should cause a peace event between... Wait, why are you the Dutch East Indies? Never mind, I know exactly. You're the Dutch East Indies because you're the Dutch East Indies. I don't know why I thought you were the Dutch government in exile. But once they capitulate Germany, East Asia, and then probably get rid of you as well in the Dutch East Indies, they should get the peace event to kind of peace out with Germany. Also, the Eastern Syndicalist Union right now, it's literally just Burma. They're having a fun time just kind of hanging out by themselves. Good for them, good for them. It would make more sense for them to be in the International at this point, but who am I to judge? In Serbia, they're pushing in, like, decently well. They haven't lost Belgrade, which usually, if Serbia loses Belgrade, it's basically it for them. They don't really have much recourse past that point. Go for, like, another song. Okay, complete shuffle. Turn up music a little bit. There we go. Right now, 13,000 rifles. You can probably actually turn down rifle production even more. Upgrade rifles where you can. We could maybe even deploy, like, a tank division. I mean, I know we don't actually have a tank division ready to go. How many trucks do we have? 581. How many trucks do you need right now? 210. But if I replace you with a couple of light tanks, then right now you're 12 combat with 100. We would have enough to probably get at least one of these guys out. Right now, max speed 6.1 kilometers. For a couple of more motorized in here. Gave the 16 combat with. I mean, I have heard the 18 combat with is pretty good in this version of in Kaiserreich, or in HOI4, I guess. Add one of you. And you don't slow things down. Recovery rate goes down a little bit. Soft attack goes up a decent amount. Defense goes up. I think right now this is okay. We're going to... Actually, no. We're going to switch over to motorized. And that should be good. Yeah, this is fantastic. Save you. We're just going to get one at the moment. I really don't think we can afford two. Just because we don't have enough light tanks. But at some point, I would like to get more light tanks. In fact, I'm just going to take rifles down just to one factory for now, just so we can make more light tanks. Because tanks are cool. And if we had 20,000 rifles in storage with 16 fully reinforced infantry divisions ready to deploy, we probably don't need all of those guns. Probably for actually the rest of the entire campaign, assuming nothing horrible happens, which, I mean, is possible. I mean, we have 12,000 guns here. Each one of you requires 1,000. So yeah, we have basically like 30,000 rifles, including the units that we are currently having in training. So we have more than enough guns. The gun situation's okay. It's really just a maximum support division issue we're currently facing. We can either get more factories or probably more population, because I know there's a lot of areas on our border that are coreable. I mean, you're a core state. You're a core state. You're a core state. That's, and you're not. Okay, so we have at least 3 core states right on our border. 1, 2, 3. That would immediately, I don't know how much population you guys have in these areas. 300, 1.7, so about 2 million population. And currently we're at 15.6, so it's about 2 million out of 16, which is 1 out of 8. It's a pretty good jump. And a pretty nice boost to possible manpower there. And Red Army, I want you assigned over on this front. We're going to kind of help out Iraq. Not Iraq. Help out Iran a little bit, but really not by too much. Because again, at some point we do want to go to war with Iran. I don't know if they're actually listed in this. They're not. But if we need to, I'll just justify a we'll justify a war goal against you, because again we do have the we do have a core state. We can get that done. Can I actually? How long does this conquer take? 125 days. And 25 political power versus 12. Okay. So basically, it's twice as expensive if we are just trying to claim a random state. But we're not going to be doing that. We're going to be going for a core eventually. So in about 1 more month, we'll have our referendum. It would make sense for Syria to say yes, because, I mean, we have significantly more troops in our border than they could probably actually deal with. But you should say yes. You should just surrender. What I would do if I was you. You modernize the army, which is just reform, division, organization, reform. I mean, that doesn't really tell me what it is. So, I mean, we're going to be taking it next. Because it could be anything. It could be absolute garbage, or it could be really, really nice. Also, I would like more political advisors. I mean, our political power has just been kind of bad. We have spent, I want to say, like, almost 300 on getting this referendum going in Syria. Honestly, give me more tanks. Give me more tanks, because I would like to deploy at least one more. One more of you on the field, ASAP. And we'll probably put you on the Syrian front, just so we can maybe blitz our way down to Damascus. Blitz our way down to Jerusalem, Tel Aviv. And just kind of get these areas under control. Because you are, yeah, you're core. I think basically everything is Syria's core, except for the areas that are actually my cores. Oh yeah, they gave us 4 factories. Right. What else do we want? What else do I need? We actually need more artillery. We'll go 2 on you. More close air support, 1 more in fighters. I'm happy with that arrangement right now. Okay, 13 more days. There's a 6% chance they say yes. I wonder, will this area also vote to succeed? Like, actually, I don't know if it's just here. Because they're both cores. They're both areas that we do want. Maybe that's why it doesn't. Maybe that's why the state name is wrong, because it's actually both of these areas is called Escadron. Like maybe both of these areas are. I don't actually know. Okay, in America, the CSA actually collapsed. I really did not expect that, but Pacific states should end up joining up with the Entente at some point. I think, you know, the Canadians should give up New England to the PSA in exchange for the alliance. But that'll take a little while. We need more. We actually need more aluminum. I'm gonna get a little bit more aluminum from you. We're trading 8 chromium right now to Belgium. That's really about it. I really wish we could trade more of our resources away. Also, Germany. I mean, I do not like what I'm seeing right now. All of this is bad. Okay. All of this is not what we want to see right now, coming out of Germany. I mean, they might kill Norway, which would give freedom a little bit of, or Sweden a little bit more freedom to maybe move their way into Denmark. But this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. This, I mean, it's not great, but Serbia and Romania will eventually wipe peace out with Austria, so it's not great. I'm not happy with it, but it's not that bad. Okay, so I asked for the referendum. They voted to stay. Are you kidding me? Do I need to go to war with you? A few days ago, we demanded the organization of a referendum concerning the status of the province of Iskron. The goal of said referendum was to let the people decide if they want to stay as part of the Sultan of Syria, or if they'd rather become part of our glorious nation once again. Surprisingly, it appears that the regional government in Iskron has decided to accept the request. Probably thinking that the people of Exetra have been indoctrinated enough by the Syrian regime to think that they'd be better off upholding their current status quo. The referendum was finally held and the votes were counted. The result, a majority of voters chose to stay as part of the Sultan of Syria. This, of course, cannot be true, seeing as the province still is predominantly inhabited by Turks that feel attached to Constantinople. Somehow, the Syrian government has rigged the referendum, and by doing this, our neighbors have shown the world that they do not give a damn about the people's right to self-determination. However, we shall not let ourselves be tricked so easily and not back down until Islam returns to our rightful rule. Mobilize it. Can I just invade you now? Because asking for a second referendum is just baby maneuvers. We need to get 2 of you. I would say at this point... Yeah, I think at this point it would make sense for us to actually... 65 days, that's fine. I think at this point it would make sense for our government to... If we're believing that the Syrian government completely rigged the vote in order to ruin the self-determination of our people, then I can see Fezi Pasha's government going to war over it, which is what we're going to be doing. We're going to justify this war. It'll be ready in, I mean, it'll take just as long as getting all this shit going again, so I'm not too worried about that. And with 152 political power, we can political power gain, stability 5%. I mean, it's pretty good. Air accident chance. I still don't actually know how bad is air accident chance. Resistance targets minus 5%. Civilian construction's kind of garbage. You know what? Let's go with Sirkar Pasha. Give me a little bit higher cap so we can build some more buildings faster. You guys will deploy and immediately deploy yourself into Red Army once you get the opportunity to do so. I said you will immediately deploy your way into Red Army. Go to Red Army. There you go. You figured it out. Fantastic. So our war will be ready in about 2 months. Less than 2 months from now, we'll be ready to go to war with the Syrians for repressing the Turkish minorities in the region. Well, it's 1941. I think we can go for we have a lot of rifles as well. It seems okay for us to go for the 42 rifle now. Okay, let's upgrade you guys up to fighter 2s. Fantastic. I don't like our doctrines are very bad though. I think we have like 2. We have 1 level of land doctrine and 0 in everything else, which honestly is kind of impressive when you think about it. Reform the organization. What are you? You're just free bonuses? You just seem like you're just... Oh, you can only do 1 at a time. Okay, well that still works out fine. Okay, so it's kind of... So it's just a bonus that normally a focus would give. But through a decision, that kind of just, like, trickles it out a little bit slower. Okay, I can understand that. I can understand that. %10 defense? Okay. But the Marshal has always been most important that the Turkish nation or people embrace the modernity he advocates. However, unlike others who want to prioritize modernization of industry and government, the Marshal thinks that the military should be our focus. This, of course, means the implied use of tanks in the armed forces, a step many of our officers, especially the older ones, dread. So it also indicates that they'll have to study entirely new tactics and strategies. Unlike other high-ranking officers, the Marshal didn't let himself get intimidated by this fact. A few days ago, he decided to lead the charge and organize a tremendous tank exercise. By doing so, he wanted to learn the new ways of warfare and be a good example for his other officers. This week, it was finally time for the drill to begin. During the exercise, the Field Marshal ordered the tank battalion under his command to drive in various formations, and from time to time, he ordered his tanks to take strategic positions and open fire on specific targets, hills, trees, and even some abandoned buildings. Overall, the exercise turned out to be quite a success. The soldiers involved are now familiar with the basic strategies of armored warfare, and many officers are more eager to conduct similar exercises in order to enhance their own abilities as tank commanders. I just picked up a few basic tactics. He's now working tirelessly on working out new strategies and formations. Now, all that remains is to be seen as if he can actually use them effectively on a real battlefield as he did during the exercise. So you just get Panzer for free. Okay, I mean, I will take it. 100%. But I do think that at least for right now, with our referendum completely failing in Syria, this is going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks everybody for watching. My saying so if you enjoyed, thumbs up. Not doing, click thumbs down. If you want to subscribe, and goodbye.